We are in a funny moment of history in the sense that everything basically has changed. The funding for documentaries has changed, the audience behavior has changed, the technique, the distribution platforms, everything has changed. So I don't think that anybody has any clear answers right now. We just understand that there are more possibilities, but at the same time it means that there's more competition and more also possibilities of making mistakes. I think it's a team effort. Nobody can really make it alone. A talented filmmaker needs a really good producer. More and more you need also the team when thinking of the distribution and outreach and what are you going to do on social media, and do you need a crowdfunding campaign and these sort of things. So in a way it means that you have to find the partners that can help you on this road, and they have to be people that you actually enjoy working with. So networking is more crucial than ever, and it's also our duty to try to provide these places where people can meet and find new ways to go forward. I hope that we sort of get into a clear moment soon in the future when we actually see what this kind of splitted audience behavior and new platforms, what it really means, and what you can do online and what you can't, and so on and so forth. But also when it comes to festivals, I do see that the need to go to a festival is changing. The reasons to go to see a film there is changing, and that's really, really interesting. Looking also at our documentary film festival, DOK Leipzig, I can see that there is an audience. We have sold out cinemas during the festival. It's much harder to get this audience into the cinema outside of the festival season. But there is something in this kind of course you need a good selection, but also the fact that in a way it's coming more and more social event. There are topics that they find interesting, there are artistic ways that they find interesting and inspiring, but I think that especially when in a way it's a connection with the team making the films, having the possibility of talking directly to the filmmaker or producer or even the main characters, there seem to be an even stronger interest to that, and that's something that we've been really happily following that, and this is also the reason why we try to bring as many filmmakers, producers and even characters to the festival, really to meet with their audience. If you are talking about the professional audience, we are in a moment where financing films is really, really tough, and that means that the professionals, they do not want to make mistakes, and they want to go for films that they know for sure will work for their needs and their audiences. So in that sense it is different. At the same time, we select films based on the artistic quality, and it's remarkable to see how the whole thing is developing and how you, year after year, you have this talent coming with their new ideas and new approaches, and quite often in the beginning you have to prove them wrong, and then it becomes a norm. I remember when the first animated documentaries came on the market, and many people were against them, saying that you can't mix these two elements. And now you see cases where the animation is actually uplifting the whole artistic, but also the storytelling possibilities in a different level. And it will be interesting to see how virtual reality will change then in the future, the whole idea again. Somehow I believe in passion. If you are not passionate about the subject matter or about the film that you are making, why would anybody else care? But somehow the films that have always touched me the most are the ones where you see the passionate approach of the filmmaker. And I don't mean preaching about some subject matter or topic, but really sort of knowing your story and wanting to know your story. And somehow this kind of love for filmmaking always comes through and has the best possibility to touch other people too. You should never just underestimate your audience. You should always trust that if you tell your story with your passion and with your heart and with the talent you have, it will find its audience. And it's really, yeah, I'm really happy to see that when the criteria is so high as it is in Leipzig, and it's not easy to get selected. We get like 3,000 films and we select 150. And they are really, in many ways, unique form of art. And it speaks to this audience. So it's really comforting and reassuring to see that there is an audience for these films.